Okay, guys, we're going to move on to master keying. Very basic. Not going to get into too much detail. And if you'd watched the other videos, I've already pulled this apart. Just like in the other videos, I've used my Walgreens plug follower and kept my springs and top pins installed in there. And remove the retainer cap so I can slide this out. Okay, so before we had one set of pins in there for one key. Okay, we're gonna dump these out. These don't matter. We're gonna have to redo it. Okay, it is now empty. We can take the first key that we wish to key the lock to. I'm going to do these two. If you notice the top one, the pins that are going to be required to meet the shear line are going to be smaller since the cuts aren't as deep on that key. You're going to want to start with that key because that's going to be your upper shear line. So we're going to insert that key. Like I said, I'm doing a simple video on this, and we're gonna find the pins that fit this lock. Okay, this key. Okay. Once again, you're gonna find the ones that end up flush. You do it just like you're pinning a normal lock here. Okay, and if you see this pin here, that will not work. It's common sense. It's above the shear line. Okay, and the same goes for a pin that sits under the shear line. And the shear line is going to be the turning edge of the lock here. You don't want it to stick up above that, okay? The edge of the cylinder. Get these in there. You won't be able to use the same pins that you used earlier for two keys because that only takes you to one shear line. Now, if the shear line, the key had high cuts on it, and the pins were small, you might be able to get another key out of that by filing down another key and making the cuts deeper and adding some smaller pins above that to level it out. Okay, so this one is now complete. All the bottom pins are flush and in their spots. You'll carefully remove this key without knocking them out. And we're going to choose this one with the deep cuts. It almost looks like a bump key. There's just a couple of them that I didn't take down as low. They don't have to be perfect. As long as the shear line lines up, everything will work out. I'm working with a Schlage SC4 lock, by the way. And you'll take these other smaller pins, and you're going to want to find the ones that line up. And like I said, if you have a key gauge, depth gauge for all these and have all your pins labeled and separated, it makes life a whole lot easier. I just bought a bunch of used pins on eBay just because it was dirt cheap, and it adds to the learning experience a little bit, I guess, just starting out. And you can learn more about it as you go on and get better. Well, that one doesn't fit. Let's try a different one. That one's got it. Nope. Let's kind of eye it up here. Sorry, it's not the best video in the world, but every little bit helps, I think, for someone just starting out. Some of these small pins are kind of hard to work with. Alright, that's might be just a little hard to turn, but it's really close. I may need to file this key down a little bit, but if you can see, some of them just barely stick up, but if I wiggle the key, I can kind of get them to set in, so I think that'll work. Okay, as you can see, the pins, there's 2 lines there, okay, and you're going to put this together just like in the previous videos. And I'm going to skip ahead real quick just to save a little bit of time. Okay guys, I just removed the plug follower and put the retainer back on by depressing that plunger again. Okay, and leaving the key in. Okay, so now the original key that I had will not open this lock anymore. I have master keyed it for these 2 other keys. Here's original. This is my house key actually for the garage, and then my backup key, which I had filed down. And as you can see, this key here, and put in, and it turns and opens the lock. And I can take my master key to lock, put that in, and the other key opens it just the same. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this, and that's how you master key a lock. Not the most professional way to do it, but if you don't have much to work with, it can still be done. Enjoy, guys.